What is up, everybody? It's your boy Ren, and we're back with another episode of Xbox Game Pass and Review, your first look at the latest and greatest on the Xbox Game Pass network. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at a few new games because we had a February drop of new games on the Xbox Game Pass here, and we're going to try to go ahead and go through them all real quick. That way you guys can know what just dropped, how good they are, and what to expect when you play them. So we're going to go for an hour deep dive look, well, not really a deep dive look, but at least a dive look into this field inspection with Eternal Strands. Now, I don't know anything about this game, as that is the case for most games that I play. I come in with pretty much a clear noggin, unless it's something that, you know, is brand spanking new, which is pretty much the case, unless it's been out for a really long time. But this one is a 2025 release, so this would have been released this year. Like I said, I haven't heard anything about this game, don't know anything about this game. I'm expecting it to be kind of a third-person over-the-shoulder fighting, like, not fighting game, but a action-adventure. And yeah, we're just going to kind of dive right on into this. Actually, let me do my normal thing by, like, turning down music volume, some global volume here, the effects volume. UI volume's probably fine, I'd guess. I just like to make sure that it's not too loud for you guys. So that is fine. Let's set this to system default. Okay, that's fine. And new game, normal, because, you know, that's just how we play games. Leanne's alchemy files available after upgrading their station can add strong resistance to heat or cold, something or another. When weavers born in the next era ask where we were willing to risk wrangling these capacious lands into hearth and home, our exploits must answer simply, it does what it takes. I don't know.
Magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation, the likes of which have not been seen since the Surge, almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it has lived up to all I hoped it would be. Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began. Oh.
Thanks.
Bryn, over here.
Anime cutscenes. Ooh, this actually looks pretty. I like the graphics already.
What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing this.
No one's been this close in years. The base is shrouded in tangles.
So I want to take a quick second. I actually don't mind this way of setting up like character dialogues and stuff like that. With the art and then just the text. What I am really glad about is that these are voiced lines. Again, I think that if you're gonna have a game and you're gonna have massive amounts of dialogue, the standard is they need to be voiced. That's my personal opinion.
Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Vale's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out this passage.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other Weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the band.
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
Oh, okay, and we have dialogue choices. Question hubs like below will loop back to ask more questions. The top option continues with the dialogue already heard options will gray out.
The Strand
You mentioned the Strand
A
Road?
famous trade route into the Enclave that led straight to Denevron. The hub for bartering magical goods. Before the Surge, caravans used the Strand Road to enter and exit the Enclave with their goods. It's been completely submerged by tangles, unfortunately. Still, if we can get any closer to that passage, we will find rare artifacts lost in the Surge.
Okay.
That
Yeah, that's
clears
all I
up
need to know.
anything
Tell me how
need
to head out.
know. I'll head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
It's tutorial time. Okay.
No visuals on the scry. Can you hear me?
I can. Some interference, though.
Okay, so we got attack, dodge.
Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
Toggle the sprint. I like toggling sprints. Woo! Okay. So we do have a stamina bar. That is interesting to note here. What do we got?
Even more impressive up close.
Nice. Okay. Let's keep moving forward here.
Just this should magnify the enchantment, and
Thanks. Got visuals back.
Tangles. Beautiful.
And deadly. Give them a wide berth. The closer you get to the Vale, the thicker they'll become.
its
Okay,
shadow
so we got-
is believed to be impenetrable.
Until now.
What do we got here? Okay, so we got like crafting goods and stuff like that. Nice. Okay, so we'll be able to like craft stuff and things like that. That's cool.
That wall is completely frozen.
Veil's Grasp. Oh, Weaver's Grasp. Lifts and moves objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while these marked are red are too heavy for the current level of strand. Left trigger to prepare the strand, hold right to cast, release to throw the strand forward. Okay.
We should expect enchantments to act strangely this close to the Vale.
See those glowing bulbs? Infernal alliums. They combust when broken.
So if I toss one at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant! Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Oh, that fire spreads quite a bit. Yeah, fire spreads. It won't just like keep spreading, will it? Okay, cool. Okay, so we got like a whole like vertical section here. Cool. Okay, and then there's just little like pickups and stuff like that, like the health stuff. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Anything else I'm missing?
Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
All right, let's go take a look-see here. Ooh, okay.
Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Darm's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
Whoopsies. Dragon jump scare.
Bryn, connections back.
Was that a drake?
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Mira's breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Darm, fix it.
Okay, so we got a lock on.
And Lane have tonics on standby for her return.
Call hide. Cool, got that.
Head out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
Nice. Alright. Got some more rough leather. That Drake is still hunting around. Whoopsies.
For the love of... It's an Ash Peak drake.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path.
Change the strand. Ice wall. Ice wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice, useful for pinning foes of all sizes or creating ledges or bridges. For distant targets, aim at the furthest point and draw the ice closer. Left trigger to prepare the strand, right trigger to do it.
Vitality tonics on your belt. Take a swig if you need it.
Okay.
Good. Darn's still working on the scry, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. It runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
I'm on it.
Aurea, that Drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Okay. Oh, shoot. That thing snuck up on me.
Nice work. Keep moving.
Keep moving where? Oh, what now?
Damn it, Caslin was right. That Drake is rutting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Guys, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast.
Okay, let's go.
Clear line of fire. Good time to use your bow.
Ooh. I wish there was a better aim feature, though. Come on.
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
Ugh, come on. Ow. Oof. This is getting rough. Okay. Now I just need to wait for this fire to kind of go out. Or I guess I can do the little ice strand thing.
That Drake is never far behind. Just keep going.
Give me another vitality potion. Awesome, awesome. Okay.
That's the path.
You're doing great, Bryn. Final stretch.
That can't be an ark.
No one has seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get...
Whoopsie.
You've got to hold it off. We'll work on an escape plan.
Yeah, exactly how am I supposed to fight this thing? What exactly do you expect me to do here? Yeah, I'll be lucky if I can survive this. Ow, so hiding to cover isn't even an option either. Ow, ow, ow. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I really don't have any options here. Oh, Mana Shield.
Skies. If this isn't the strangest.
What the... Hang on, Bryn.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Back up!
You're...
What? We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go, now. Up ahead! Lee! Ah!
Oh, whoopsies.
I'm fine. Keep moving! Guys, the arc!
Okay. Eternal Strands. Exploration in every direction from the Maida has been attempted, but screw me. And it looks like we got ourselves a little base camp. Parting the Veil. Pass through the Veil achievement.
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
That can wait, Dom. Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good hands.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
Choices guide Bryn's demeanor, explore different parts of her character. There are no wrong choices. The team needs a pep talk, remind them we're still Weavers. The team needs to have faith in me, inspire with confidence. The team is understandably nervous, offer reassurances.
Our arrival was rocky, but I will do everything in my power to ensure our survival. If we avoid unnecessary risks, we'll be back on our feet in no time.
I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all Weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, Weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed, preached the evils of our magic. All because of what happened here. We owe it to ourselves, and to our brethren across the Maida, to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, Weavers can find our place in the world again. But first, survival. Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
Nice. Consult with Aurea to plan the next steps. What I want to take a look at real quick. Okay, the Codex stories informed about the world and mysteries of the Enclave and coded through exploration. Codex fragments report points of data on a subject. When enough are acquired, Leon can research them to unlock a complete Codex entry. Okay. Map, inventory, fragile Weaver's Grass presence, fragile ice wall. Okay, so those will be like my spells and stuff like that. I want to take a look real quick. Is there like an autoplay dialogue? There we go. Exactly what I was looking for. And let's, while we're here, let's go ahead and save the game because, why not? Day 1 afternoon. Okay. Where is... Well, first, let's take a look here. That's an Archon.
I wonder how this arc managed to get us through the Veil.
By the looks of it, it was a one-way ticket.
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of one designed to repel Drake's breath, though.
You think we might find another arc that could help us escape?
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said, the arcs never left the Enclave, yet this one did.
We know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want to find answers.
Okay. Where is Aurea? Can I interact with this thing?
The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
Where is okay, so Aurea's over there. Inspect this.
Your tent. Might not be glamorous, but you can rest here when you're not gallivanting on expeditions.
It's perfect.
Don't know about perfect. I could have done a better job if we didn't lose half our supplies when we passed through the Veil.
Seriously, I didn't have anything close to this in Aaron's band. Half the time I was lucky if I didn't sleep on dirt.
Huh. That's unfortunate. I'll leave you to get settled.
Alright, what do we got here? Interact, this must be, yes. Okay, so our resources automatically get put in there. Okay, cool. Cool. What's this?
So this is a loom gate. It's taller than I expected.
The Enclave constructed these for transit. Oh, imagine being able to travel leagues instantly. If only it were working.
There's no sign of damage. It just seems inert.
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful enchantment would need.
You'd know better than any of us. If we could get it working, though.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling wife as we whisked around the Enclave. Metaphorically, of course. The loom gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
They're sweet together, complement their collaboration. This time for to love later, champion the prospects of instant travel. This is getting too lovey-dovey, offer them some privacy. Privacy.
Do you two need some privacy?
Solar, your genius is just, what was that, Bryn? Yes. Yes, I think we need to go theorize together.
Sure, if you say so.
Trust me, it's not a euphemism. Dom really loves theorizing.
Alright, cool. You, Aurea, blazing a trail.
So after all the legends, this is it. The Enclave.
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under weavers who were born here. Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
She seems sad, sympathize with her that she's missing the first frustration. This is my calling, assure her you won't fail. I'm becoming point sooner than I expected. Wonder if she thinks I'm ready.
You must be devastated.
She seems sad.
The wing is holding you back.
I can't deny that my heart breaks at the prospect of being stuck behind the scry. But knowing I've found the right replacement helps. Besides, this wing won't keep me down for long. I'll be back out there soon enough.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Anyway, enough with the sentimentality. For your first expedition, we need to get the lay of the land. Thankfully, Lane Free has an old map of the Enclave to help us get our bearings. It's 60 years old, pre-Surge. No chance it's accurate, but that's where you come in.
I'll update it as I go.
Exactly. We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravans entering the Enclave. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a valley on the outskirts of the Enclave. I've scanned it from the Overlook, and we've got 2 landmarks of note. A second loom gate, and what appears to be a giant statue. Possibly an ark.
You can see it from here? Must be massive.
If either is functional, Dom will throw you a party. I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be stronger. The path is down by your tent.
I'll head out now.
Alrighty, let's get her started. Let's go. Oh, travel. Okay. I thought it was just gonna be open. Glintwood Hollow, tree laden and wild. Oh my gosh, that's an active Archon. Alrighty. Look for second loom gate in the... Oh, shoot. First off, get my sword out.
I've got you clear as a sands of summer, Bryn.
No interference from the Enclave.
None. The connection is much stronger than outside the Vale.
That's reassuring.
Excellent. Okay. So let's head up here first and foremost. Ow. And they do have the camera lock. I may use that from time to time. But generally speaking, I find it easier to fight without it. That might be a poor decision from time to time, but it is the decision I go with. Another Vitality Tonic. Spectacular Vista. While the search clearly struck the Enclave hard, the map remains generally accurate. Okay. So we'll probably want to... It's down here. Anything? No, just kind of a loop around. Okay, loop arounds are fine. You collect as much of this stuff as possible. Softwood. Because I have a feeling that stuff's going to be necessary. It's going to be like upgrade materials and things. Ice pins foes in place. Control them to reduce pressure during encounters.
I'm actually happy we're here. Arcs were supposed to be used for manual labor. Hostility is strange.
Okay. So you guys say, but it doesn't seem like they're very estranged to fighting. Burn stamina's low, attacks and defense, steal less, yada yada. Let's explore a little bit here. There's all kinds of stuff that's just around. Okay.
Fresh water in walking distance of the campsite.
I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later.
Hydra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
Okay, so there must be something I can break with this, possibly? Or else they wouldn't, like, give me one right here, would they? Okay. So that really didn't do anything for me. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff from all over the place.
Creatures could be hunted for food. Any of these plants look edible?
Dom will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit, he'll eat.
Oh my gosh, that's invisible.
Just try not to poison him.
Aha, I see it. Vexed Canebrick. Okay. Another vitality potion. I think those things are just kind of like laying around. I don't think there's really any like major use for them. Oh, foes would die with fire frozen are considered tempered and have a higher chance of dropping materials. Oh my gosh. Ow. Okay, that didn't drop anything. That's just fine, I suppose. The point.
What a beautiful view.
It is a very pretty view. I'll give you that. Some rough leather. Excuse me? Nice. The Feller's Arch. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of stuff that's around here. Like, I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth. There's just so much stuff that's here. And it's a very big, wide open area that you can just kind of, like, explore. Oh, crap. Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, that's right. Her inventory is full. Okay. Which is highly unfortunate. Because I really would like all of this. Guess I don't need the Akala fur or the Akala hide. Or the softwood. I can come back for that stuff later. There's more iron. Some cobalt iron. And rough leather. I'll probably end up taking with me. Here's the first of the landmarks.
What's covering the base?
I'll check it out. A lot of debris on the platform. I could clear it with kinetic magic.
What about the loom gate itself? Is it functional?
No sign of life, but... See that cloud of raw magic? It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
So we have two powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Taza.
And he's gone.
Alright, look for the Great Arc near the collapsed mine. Excuse me? Long discarded staff. Okay. I already said I don't need that Akala hide, so that just kind of needs to go away. Opportunist Curious. Softwood. Don't know that I care about that all that much. Another Vitality Tonic would be great, though. This looks like an abandoned mine. Posted warning, careful. T is bad here, some X. A fluctuate caution in shorthand. Okay, we'll pick up the rough leather. Okay. So nothing in there that I would find useful. Which means that this Great Arc... Ow! I'll take the red iron though. Where are you? Ah, come on. Hard leather I will take. Okay, so the collapsed mine is a little up further ahead. There it is.
I was right. It is an arc. A great one.
It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
An arc of the stricken earth, I would guess. Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to camp?
Doubt my sword is strong enough.
Then there's not much we can do with this for now. Dom seems to have an idea about the loom gate, at least. 2 enclave constructs, neither of them functional. Good news. Lane found a shortcut back to our camp for you, and we've got the Wisp working.
The Wisp?
Watcher's Wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the shortcut.
Okay, press up on the directional pad. You can conjure a wisp, or it will consult with the team and maps to guide you to the general direction of your closest
I
objective.
see the path.
Good. That should take you to the shortcut.
Ow. Viridian wool. What we got here? Diplomatic agreement. Come on. Ooh, nice parry. And we'll go ahead and pick up the Okada for why not?
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station.
Ceremonial kindling. Oh, what are you? Oh my gosh. We got like actual like good stuff here. Drop you, drop the softwood, dense a colifer, and whatever this is, fleeced hide. I think those are going to be way more important than the other stuff.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to activate the Loom Gate in our camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
The Loom Crate creates luminous possibilities, immunes on what may lie beyond them. Will make history gush with anticipation, or the Loom Gate sound risky. Ask the team if they're sure it's safe.
Are you sure this
yeah.
is safe? What are the odds the first one through the loom gate gets, unspooled?
Yeah. Unspilling would be bad.
There are no documented accounts of unspooling in what we know about loom gates. Not that we've retained much. The idea that one can be disintegrated down to fibers is likely an urban legend.
Right. So, how do we repair a loom gate?
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as the Tapestry. The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the loom gates as a source of power.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke apart. In notes dated before the Surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the arcs riotously drunk and talking.
Apparently, the Arks have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic, and can be separated in segments. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to seal a rupture in the tapestry.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the arc. There's no way my sword is strong enough.
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace, no problem.
We'll talk.
One more thing. You'll need to remove the debris on the Loom Gate's platform so that we've got a clear workspace once the patch is forged.
Easy enough?
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Nice. Journal records all of her objectives in her journal. Press to open it, press the start button in the body of the journal entry. Burn off records additional details about her objectives. Hard to believe learner's version of storing it. Cool, whatever. Treading water. Consult with Castman to learn about improving the base camp. Okay, and a touch of levity. Grass to clear the... Okay. So, treading water. Sola, Dom, Leanne. Nope. Blazing a trail is complete. Sola. Pet you. Casman. There we go. Treading water.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up?
I owe you an apology.
What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I should have been more welcoming. I was just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured, and then having a point takeover who...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you've been more than proving yourself. You made finding food and water a top priority. That's when I realized our Weaver Band is in good hands. I underestimated you when I shouldn't have, and frankly, I was a jerk about it.
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not. I really am sorry. I hope we can have a better relationship moving forward.
Thanks. That means a lot. Let's just start fresh, okay?
I'd love that.
Glad we squared away our differences. Offered to help with the Souls Forward. She mentioned she was under a lot of stress and wondered how she's doing. She was afraid of having an incompetent point. Ask her what she places importance on the role.
So,
let's do the
I know
Forge.
Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword. What does that entail exactly?
Unfortunately, the missing supplies I mentioned.
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the priority. But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them into supplies for our campsite.
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it.
Okay. Complete treading water, salvage resources. Visit Chasm to salvage any excess resources into supplies, a generalized resource. Supplies are used for multiple things over the course of Brenlin's adventures, but the earliest use is to restore the band's capabilities through station upgrades. Let's see here. Salvage some of that. We don't need as much of that rough leather. Same thing with that
These are
iron.
a great start. With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our campsite. We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup is only half of what it should be. But we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed, Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Like honing your sword so it can cut through arc armor. Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for our mantles with new tools for weaving. And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is invaluable. There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be safer for it.
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need anything.
Come on, there must be something.
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for your supply pouches. But don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's forge is more important.
Sounds like improvements could be made. Tell her I'm on it. Casimir can have all the shelves her heart desires. They'll tell her I'll save the day with organization. The better prepared our band is, the safer we all are. Sure, this is the high priority.
Don't be shy. If it's shelves you want, it's shells you'll get. We'll organize the crap out of this place in no time.
No, I don't need them. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm fine.
Come on, say it with me. I deserve new shelves.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was a stretch too. Don't worry, we'll make some improvements around here.
Thanks, Bren.
Okay, well, there is that, I suppose. Let's see what we can do now. Use the supplies to upgrade the station. Okay. So I still needed to talk to her. Upgrade the station. Sola's Forge. Upgrade it with 10 of those. Sweet, to level 2.
Sola is delighted with the improvements to her forge. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work.
Excellent.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line in no time.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain in the back. Would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me, we'll need the... What?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job well done?
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Everyone is here to help, reassure she's not alone. Sounds like she's feeling anxious,
Just try to
empathize with
remember,
her.
It's not the end of the world if you take a break. Someone will step in to help lighten your load.
It doesn't always feel like the others realize how much needs to get done.
Then tell them. Like how you told me we needed supplies. I stepped in to help, didn't I?
You did. I see your point.
The others will do the same.
Maybe. I'd better get back to work, but... this was nice.
Nice, alright. Consult Soul with the present, Casimir mentioned. Honing the edge.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way to go, but we'll get there.
Speaking of, I've something for you. We've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials. They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
That's all I need to know. So let's see if you're ready. My sword is a priority, but ask what else she can reforge. Should I reforge? Prioritize new gear, I wonder. What kind of improvements, I wonder. Ask for extra
Sounds
details.
Like it's
No,
time
we're
to
good.
make something that can punch through arc armor.
That's the spirit.
Okay, so let's reforge. Reforging all of Brand's gear can be reforged to swap out lower quality materials for stronger ones of the same category. The original materials are reclaimed for use as part of the process. New materials will change both the appearance and the stats of your gear. High quality materials will have a significant impact on her damage and survivability. Nice. Let's start with... oh, okay. Iron to cobalt iron. Okay, so each one does like different stuff. I think I like that the way it is. We don't have enough of that. We do have some stuff here. Cold resistance, weapon power. Densicolifer will be fine, and reforge it.
There you go. Not just good as new.
Better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible to work with whatever we've got in the caravan. Once you have everything you need, we'll forge the patch here.
Awesome. Can we craft anything? Crafting. Craft new arms and armor at the smithy. Each design uses a combination of different classes of material. These materials are divided into slots. The top slot uses the most materials, but has the biggest impact on the item's stats. Materials have properties such as weight, resistance to heat, and so on, while also affecting color. Mix and match materials to create custom gear in both ability and looks. Some quests also require crafting, living with your own category. These live in their own category, but work the same, provide the materials needed, and craft the item to advance. Quest materials are only ever used for one recipe. So I need the carapace there. That one we already have. Mundane bow, opportunist's mask. Okay, opportunist's curious. That's kind of cool. We don't have enough woven resources. Points bracers, which we already have. and the greaves, which we already have. Upgrade equipment. Upgrading gear. After improving in the smithy, gear can be upgraded and increase its effectiveness. Upgrading requires additional units of the same materials used in the gear's creation. Upgrades can only do so much, however. Certain materials are just fundamentally better, and sometimes it's better to craft something new. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna need some more softwood or something to replace the softwood that's there. Okay, so honing the edge has been completed. So now all we need to do is use the weaver's grass to collect the rubble, cleave the carapace in the tower and the hill. Okay. Alrighty, so it looks like we've got stuff set out for us. That's going to be our time, our 1 hour into this. So let's go ahead and find ourselves a cozy little spot to...
So that this plan to repurpose carapace to fix the loom gates equivalent? Pure elegance.
Alright, so... Eternal Strands, so far, it's been really good. I'm actually incredibly surprised by this. There's been a lot of stuff that's on the Xbox Game Pass that I've been super excited for or been interested in, and got kind of disappointed with the actual execution of that. This is not one of those games. I also didn't come in with many expectations. However, this game plays really, really well. Not only is it beautiful graphically, the actual game mechanics and the combat system works really, really well. I super love the idea of this materials upgrade system that they have going on with their smithy and stuff like that. It is probably one of the most ingenious ways of doing gear upgrades and gear creation that I've ever seen. It actually rewards you for going out and collecting stuff and getting better items that can replace other items on your gear and equipment, kind of like you would in this kind of a scenario. That's really, really cool. Absolutely love that feature. And then the voice acting in this game is phenomenal. I actually, and the writing and the dialogue and the voice acting, all kind of going hand in hand, is a beautiful sounding game. The characters feel really, really good. None of them are flat by any stretch of the imagination. You can kind of tell there's some underlying something to these characters, personality quirks, things like that. It feels very nice, and I think it's very cohesive at the moment. I say at the moment because we're only an hour into it. Things can go downhill pretty quickly if you're not careful with some of these games. It seems really big, too. There seems like there's a lot of stuff to do. The actual, like, sections of the world seem really good to go explore. Maybe a little empty at the moment, but again, that's just the beginning area. And we're already kind of going back to it to complete quests. The quests seem really interesting. They're not just simple fest quests. You really have to progressive upgrade your way into these sections. I like that a lot. I don't know if there's really anything that I haven't liked about this game so far. So this seems really interesting. And I'm excited actually to play some more. This is going to be the... I actually just finished... before I started playing this one real time, the same day that I stopped doing the Trials of Mana Ren's play that I'm doing. Those of you who are on YouTube probably have no clue what I'm talking about, because it's going to be a while before that Ren's play ever sees the light of day. I got so many other things that got to come out first. But I just finished the Trials of Mana, and because of the fact, spoiler for the end of the Trials of Mana series, it got a little too monotonous. It wasn't going anywhere, and I felt really stagnated in it. Even though it was kind of a more open world RPG, there was just too much going around. Nothing was really happening. It was taking too long to do anything. Coming from that to this feels so good. This is what an RPG should be. I know it's not technically an RPG, but it feels like it. There's no leveling system or anything like that I've found as of yet. All it is just progressive equipment increases, and then getting new items and stuff for abilities and powers, yada yada yada. You get the point. so it feels really good. I'm greatly impressed by this, and if this continues to be as good as it has been for this past hour of playing it, easily going to be in my top 5 best games list that are on the Xbox Game Pass right now. I'm going to go ahead and say this is absolutely worth the pickup so far, just from the intro beginning of this game. I mean, it has been phenomenal so far, and I'm hoping it gets better and better as we go along. So, Ren's review, casual gamers, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 actually. Now 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Hardcore gamers, 9 out of 10. Well, no. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So, here's the thought process, right? So, casual gamers. This is a good game. It's a very good game. However, you are going to be spending a lot of time in this game. So as a casual gamer who, presumably in my head, casual gamers usually only have about an hour to an hour and a half worth of playtime every single day, it's going to take you guys a while to get through this game, right? And some of this combat's going to get more and more intense, and the abilities and how to use them in an open world environment to solve the problems and the different attacks that are coming at you, environmental or otherwise, might take a lot of effort on your guys' part. Needless to say, it is not a bad game. Again, my ratings are not about how good the game is. It's about likability for each of the types of players that play the game. You know, the gamers that play the game. Casual gamers, like I said, you don't have as much time, and this is going to be a time sink game. You gotta spend a couple of hours every time you play to really kind of move forward and feel good about this. Like, I wish I could play for another hour here and just do long form sections of this and just kind of go to town on it. I'm not going to, because I got to keep these an hour long for video purposes for the YouTube. But you hardcore gamers, you are going to love this. This is a game that you can sink your teeth into. It's not going to be as difficult as, you know, Souls-like or anything of the such, but the combat system does take a little bit of finessing in order to learn and master. You still have the parrying functions that take the timing down. You gotta learn when to attack, when not to attack. You got the abilities to balance out. You know, there's a lot of stuff here that I think you're really going to like, and it's going to be a good time for you guys. Plus, it doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. It feels very theatric at times. Lots of cool story that's going on. You can tell there's a bit of backstory and world building that's going on here that I really enjoy. The voice acting is very, very good. I will say, as a comment to both of them, do what I did and go ahead and get the auto play feature for the dialogue going in the options. Very first thing that you do is going to be necessary. Sitting and clicking through a button each time somebody finishes like a paragraph speech bubble is really obnoxious, and the way that they have it timed for that progression feels very natural. It feels like a conversation. And the voice acting feels like a conversation. Like, it's just not like, I'm saying a thing, then I'm saying a thing, then I'm saying a thing, then exposition. No, it plays off of each other, and the character building, the character interactions are very good in this. It feels alive and well, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy that, coming from the mindset of being used to more AAA titles. You expect a little bit more production out of it, and you're going to find that here in this game. So yeah, like I said, the game is definitely worth picking up. I think both types of players are actually going to enjoy this. I just think hardcore gamers might like this a little bit more because you're going to be able to spend more time in it per sitting than a casual player probably will. So you guys can really kind of sink your teeth into it, get into the nitty gritty of learning things and playing the game and moving forward and progressing. And I think this is going to be a fairly big game. I'm expecting this anywhere between 20 to 25 hours for gameplay, which I know for some of the hardcore gamers, well, that's not very long. You're right, that's an estimate. This is just my thought. and not every game needs to be, 60, 80 hour, 100-hour games like Fallout and other stuff like that. But it is good for what it is, and I think if it plays itself as it's been playing right now, a shorter story wouldn't be a bad idea. But they've got lots of quests. I imagine there's going to be stuff to do. I say 25 hours for main story, maybe 30 hours for main story. In total, there's probably going to be about 40, 45 hours worth of stuff to do. That's going to be my guess. Take that how you will. I do play a lot of video games, so I try to I think I got a little bit of understanding on how some of this stuff goes. Playing games since the 90s, I got a lot of experience on my hands. But yeah, this game is really good. I'm very excited for it. I'm interested in playing more. And yeah, that's I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this type of content, make sure to head over to the YouTube page. That is youtube.com/rensworld, where you can find all the other fun and exciting Xbox Game Pass and review segments. You got the field inspection like we did today, hour-long looks at games that are on the Game Pass, double takes in case we need another hour outside of a field inspection to try to get an understanding and opinion of the game, or to validate some of the opinions that we've had previously but weren't quite sure. Then we go ahead and do that. There is the bottom line up front, 10-minute kind of short condensed reviews about the good, the bad, and the ugly of my personal opinions on some of the games that we played a little bit longer. And then of course the Rens Play, the games that we spent a little bit longer in, that are long form videos, so you can put those on in the background, watch and come enjoy playing video games with me, whether you're doing dishes, your homework, or just kind of hanging out chilling and just want something on in the background. I think it's really fun and entertaining to do that kind of stuff, so I hope you guys do too. That's the type of content I like to make for y'all. You can also come check us out over here at the Twitch stream. That is twitch.tv/RenoxRage. For those of you who are in the wonderful mystical Vale land of YouTube, that is going to be on the right hand of your screen. For those of you in the chat already, hey, well, congratulations. You don't have to suffer through magical, mystical fog that sends weird lightning up your arms to find good content because you're already here. Thank you so much for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. My name is Ren, and we will catch you on the next one. Latest.